Okay, here we go. This is it. We're finally going to talk about painting cars. These videos are going to be primarily directed to you guys here in OCRP, but feel free to share these anywhere, and anyone who may come across these by other means, just keep in mind all of these techniques are still just as useful to anyone else. I just may give some examples that are specific to people or activities within the OCRP Racing League. Having said that, I also need to let you know that these videos are going to focus on the Adobe products, Adobe Illustrator and Adobe Photoshop. Those are the products that I have. Those are the products that I have the experience with. That's what I know, so that's what I'm going to teach. Obviously, you can do these things using other tools like GIMP and Inkscape. I do not have those applications and I don't have experience with those, but I can tell you that the techniques that we're going to talk about here and the concepts will apply there. You may just have some different tools to click on and different menus to use, but it shouldn't be that difficult to figure out. You guys are all pretty smart guys. So, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to do this first video, just the super basic stuff, just go straight into iRacing and actually paint a car using their tools. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to fire up our UI here. We're going to go over here to My Content, and you're going to see all of the cars that you own. We're going to choose a car that I haven't done any painting with in the past, so I don't have anything in the way that we need to clear out or anything like that. We're going to go to the Gander Outdoors Toyota, and when you click on that, you're going to see, obviously the current series that are running. You can hop in a race, those kind of things, but we're not here to race, we're here to paint cars. I'm going to go up to the top, click on Car Model, and that's going to give us the preview. Any of you guys out there that I've painted cars for and things, and I've sent you the screenshots, this is where I'm taking those screenshots. Keep in mind that the lighting here is pretty awful, so what the paint looks like in this previewer is not necessarily what it's going to look like on the track. This paint viewer tends to kind of give everything a bit of a blue tint, and it kind of washes the colors out. So when you're painting, if you want to really get a good look, your best bet is going to be to go into the actual sim and load up the car and get a look at it both in daylight and in the darkness. But today we're talking basics, so we're going to just stick to this previewer for now. First thing we're going to do is we're going to come down here and click on Paint Car, and that's going to take us into iRacing's built-in paint shop, and you're going to see things all over the place. We work our way across the top. This is obviously where you're going to see your preview of your car. We're going to go through and change some colors and some schemes and things, and this is where we're going to look at those. You've got the option to design your helmet. This is a global change for the most part. There are some things that you can do with trading paints to override your global paint setup for your helmet and your driver suit based on the event that you're in, but we'll talk about that stuff later. This next option here is to design your driving suit. Again, this is global, but we have some options where we can change that. And the paint techniques that we use as we paint the car here are going to be the same for the helmet and the suit, so I'm not going to go through those. If you can figure that out on your own, because it's the same techniques. And our next option is the new one that I don't know how many people have taken advantage of this. I haven't really messed with it, where you can kind of customize your driver avatar, but frankly I never see the driver because I'm always driving, so I tend to not mess with this too much. So let's get back over here to painting our car. Now we don't want to save anything, we haven't done anything. So back on this page, we see some more options over here. Show a custom paint. I'm going to leave this turned off for now because right now we're just painting using default settings, so this is where you would turn on and off your custom paint schemes. Once you've painted a custom paint scheme, I don't understand why you would ever want to come here and turn it off and not look at it, but should you want to do it, there's your option. The next thing here is show custom decals. This is kind of a trading paints option, sort of integrated in. With trading paints, you can build a custom graphics layers for like some of these contingencies and these kind of things, and the window banners and stuff like that. I don't particularly use it very often, but it's sometimes useful for leagues and those kind of things if you want everyone to have the same contingency stickers and those kind of things. I don't use it much. Our next item here is show stamps. This lets you turn off the grille and headlights and the stuff that's stuck on mandatory by iRacing. So you can get a look if you're lining up stripes and things like that, and you want to make sure that you're looking good and you've got your panels lined up behind the headlights and those things. This is a good tool for doing that. Your next option is show name. All this does is turn on and off name that shows up. Different cars have the name in different places. I tend to forget to turn this off when I send you guys screenshots, so you'll see your car with my name on it. That's why. I can turn that off and then you won't see any name at all. Turning this off and turning the stamps off does not affect how your car looks when you actually load up the sim. Can't turn those things off in sim. They're only here in this previewer, so keep that in mind if you're trying to have a blacked out car or something like that. Turning them off here is not going to do that for you. Alright, as we go down the line here, our next option here, we see car swatches. This is where you choose your colors. So we can just pick one of these boxes, come in here, select a color, move on to the next box, select another color, so on and so forth. That's how we get those colors there. We also have some that you can actually save swatches and come back to them. They want this yellow, green, and white. Click that quickly. There you go. Got yellow, green, and white. Now, across the bottom here, you'll see several different schemes. Now, you're going to see these again when we get into Photoshop, so keep these in mind. I'm going to show you some tricks you can do with those. And you'll notice some of the paint jobs that I've done for some of you guys are using these schemes. So, but for now, we just scroll through here, find one we like. This one looks pretty good, especially for Iowa coming up. Looks like a little, you know, some John Deere, some corn. Looks pretty good. Next are going to be our sponsors. You know, iRacing has several built-in sponsors. I'm sure you guys have seen this a million times, but we're going to go through it anyway just so that everybody has a chance to start at the beginning here. And that looks pretty awful. White across yellow, we're not going to stick with that. Let's try Barco. Perfect. It's blue, you can't read it. Blue on green, love it. Looks absolutely awful, we're going to run with it. Same with the secondary sponsor, Logitech. We all know I'm a big Logitech fanboy, so let's throw the Logitech on here. You can't even see it. Perfect. Looks like Charles Gray painted it. Wonderful. Moving on. We've got our number. I mean, pretty self-explanatory. Pick a number. Pick a font. Looks, wow. This 99 looks just like the 99 that we made for DeFrenchie. So, there you go. Pick a font. Pick your colors. Red and purple looks great. And some white. Wonderful. Let's switch the white and the purple around so we get that nice purple outline. Looks good. Now, over here you've got the slant. This is actually really important. A lot of people don't care about this. A lot of guys, like, you know, you can choose a left slant, you can choose a right slant. Forward and back is where it's at. A lot of people like to do a backward slant, so the numbers lean back. This is actually incorrect. If you want to be cool, you want a forward slant. Everybody that's cool is using a forward slant. I don't, you know, when people ask me for paint jobs, they ask me for the backward slant, I'll do it, but I think less of them when I do it. You gotta have forward slanted numbers. That's just the way it goes. Now, next option we have down here is our wheels. You gotta change away from the stock wheels to be able to change the colors, but you can pick any color you can imagine and change the finish. Matte, chrome, brush, semi-gloss, etc., etc. Now to get those chrome wheels, you want to choose a white, and it looks absolutely terrible here in the preview. You see how everything looks kind of blue and washed out? When you get on the track, these are going to look like actual chrome wheels. They're not going to be this weird blue, so don't come in here. You know, you can come in here and choose a gray, and it'll look kind of good here. It'll look a little bit like chrome, but when you get on the track, it's going to be really dark, so keep that in mind. I'm going to go full white to get that really bright silvery chrome finish. But that's going to be it for the basics. This is all you need really to paint a car. You don't need trading paints. You don't need anything else. This is your paint job. This is what everybody's going to see, even if they don't have trading paints. You know, this is as easy as it gets. What you need to do, come down here, click Save Car Design. Off we go. We're going to head back to the preview. We're going to get a nice big look at the beautiful truck we painted here. Might be some of my best work, to be honest, but that is that. In the next video, we're going to talk about downloading the template, doing some tricks with the template file, and, you know, starting to work at Photoshop, making these paint jobs our own instead of just using the default tools that iRacing gives to us. Even though they're pretty powerful tools, we can do way better than this. So make sure you check out the next one. See ya.